Hello again. So this film is about my fasting experience. Now I haven't done 24 hours yet, but I feel like the last 4 hours are going to be okay. So I'm on hour 20, and what I did was had my last bit of food at about 9:45 last night, which was some porridge with some raisins in and little bits of coconut and things. Just water, no milk, hot water, and then so yeah, how was it for me? How has this fast been for me? So far so good, actually. It's been a really good experience, and I think I might even do a second day, which I've never done in my life before, but I feel like pushing it a bit further and seeing what tomorrow holds and what it's like. So obviously the sleeping hours were pretty easy because I was just asleep, and you don't notice that you're fasting, and it's just like any other day. I woke up with still having the kind of pressure, intense sensations in my legs, and still feeling really, really kind of full in my head and my guts, and big headache, and popping ears and having to blow my nose, lots of kind of thick mucus coming out my nose. And yeah, so everyone else had breakfast and I didn't. I got up a bit later than usual just because I was feeling a bit rubbish, and I was like, well, I know it's a lovely day outside and I wanted to do a bit more research on detox diets and things, so I looked at that on YouTube. I'm drinking a detox tea which I made. It's delicious. Yummy. And then we kind of dilly-dallied a bit in the house, and then we walked into town, into Bath. So it's about a 20-minute walk down the hill, and it was a bit of a struggle to get going with the walking because of the pain in my legs, but I did it. And then after a while it just kind of started to ease and I got used to it. And then the next time that I was kind of noticing my stomach and hunger pangs, I was just like checking my clock. I was like, oh my God, it's 1:45. And normally I start feeling quite hungry at kind of 11:30, 12 o'clock. And that's kind of my normal time for eating. I don't really have breakfast. I eat at like 11:30, 12 o'clock. So I'm used to that whole time span of not eating. I've been doing that for about 4 years. There are like the odd mornings when I might have a smoothie or an orange or something, but normally I don't really eat in the morning. And yeah, so that went pretty well. And then I had to kind of just ride through that little bit of hunger feelings around that time, around lunchtime. And then we kind of went searching around for somewhere for my husband and my daughter to eat. And I was like, okay, don't take too much interest in the menu, and keep on, going. You can do this, Joe. And I was actually really, really, I don't know if it's strong willpower. I was just really resigned to the fact that I would be doing this fast, and I felt kind of strong about it, and I just wanted to kind of continue through the day, and so I wasn't going to let anything stop me from getting to the end of this 24 hours. In the end, we went into this fish and chip shop and they had some chips each because we're a vegan family, and it smelt really horrible in there, all the kind of fat and everything and the vinegar, but I was just kind of in there going, yeah, I'm okay with this, I'm okay with this. And then yeah, so we sat on a bench and we had all these French exchange people asking us the same question over and over again while they were eating their chips. And it was quite funny because we can speak French, but we pretended we couldn't. And one girl was just like, oh, can you read this for me and answer it? And we were like, no, you have to read it in English, make an effort. It was quite funny. Anyway, they'd stumble upon two teachers, so they had to do it properly. Rambling on, sorry. So then the next time that I was really starting, I kind of had maybe about 3ish, I was really starting to flag. And oh yeah, we sat in a cafe for a bit, and so there was a lot of sedentary, no movement, and they had some lovely smoothies and cakes and yummy food, and I was just like, nope, I'm not trying anything, I'm not having anything, I can do this. And I got my sketchbook out and actually wrote down 40 odd different films that I'd be making in the future, and trying to make my YouTube channel a bit more regular and consistent. So that was kind of interesting to note down all these things that I still find interesting and that I think you guys would find interesting too. And then I was like, oh God, I really want to get the bus home. I don't want to walk home. It's going to be too difficult. I don't have enough energy. I feel like slumped and low. But I didn't have much pain in my legs, but I was having kind of a bit of roaming feelings and pain in my head, like a bit of stabbing pains in my head and in various other places in my body. But at the same time, I kind of felt light and kind of easy, and that kind of carried on throughout the day later as well. I'll come back to that. And anyway, we started walking, and again I started feeling, actually, this is okay. I feel like I can do it, you know, even though I haven't had any kind of calories or intake or actual food for a number of hours. I feel okay, I can do this. And then I was actually, maybe we don't need to get the bus, let's walk. And it was, you know, another 20-25 minute walk home, up the hill this time, back to Fairfield, part of Bath in the UK. And I just noticed going up the hills that I had loads of energy. I felt light, I was buoyant, and felt just really good, like way more energy than my daughter had after her sugary cake, and she was having her slump, and I was like, yeah, come on, this is great. And that feeling of just that lightness, that vibrancy, that kind of clarity in my mind. This morning I was kind of researching colonic irrigation and colonic hydrotherapy, whatever it's called, and like, oh my God, I really need to get rid of whatever's in my guts, and I'm so constipated and I can't handle this. And it was so intense to just literally not eating and feeling this amazing much later in the day. So that was really positive, and me and Robin were just kind of holding hands, and I felt really lovely and kind of joyful, and looking at the sunset on the Bath Stone and the view, and just kind of really noticing my surroundings and being really aware and kind of crisp, and just feeling really good. And I was thinking, do you know what? I think I want to try not eating tomorrow and see how that feels too. Apparently the first 3 days are the hardest. So yeah, I wonder what the next 24 hours would be like if I actually did it. I think I might give it a go. So yeah, I've got about 3.5 to 4 hours left. Everyone else is going to be eating dinner. I might make another film inside or continue writing in my sketchbook. But yeah, I'm still getting pains in my head, and I feel like possibly I am doing a bit of detoxing in my body, and you know, it's affecting you know, my guts. I feel lighter. I haven't really done very many stools today. In fact, just a little bit this morning, and then not much, none at all after that. So I've just done wheeze, and I think that's probably my detox tea that's doing that. In here I've got hot paprika, bit of honey, squeeze of a whole lemon, orange. I did a lemon this morning, orange now in this cup. What else is in there? Oh yeah, cinnamon, and I think that's it. It's really yummy. And so I think just keeping your fluids up is really important, keeping hydrated, and it kind of fills you up with liquid. And if you can't know that you're not going to be eating, then just drinking lots, you know, making sure that it's not milk or anything thick and substantial. So I didn't have any hot chocolates or anything today, just water drinks, and that's worked really well for me. So yeah, if you're fasting, I'd love to hear how you're doing on your journey and any sensations that you've been feeling. positive and negative struggles and pleasantly surprising things that have happened to you throughout the day. I'd love to hear about it. And hopefully I'll see you really soon. Okay, bye!